This is the ME2, a little device and virtual world that you may or may not have heard of. Probably not. Released in 2008 by the company iToys, the ME2 was a weird combination between a virtual world and a physical toy that you could take with you. Kind of like a Tamagotchi meets Club Penguin, in a way. This thing was huge with a certain kind of person in 2008. That certain kind of person being someone with blonde hair, weird almost green eyes, and a certain infatuation with virtual worlds. In other words, me. Because it's not entirely clear if anybody else on the planet played with this thing except me. There's nothing on the internet, there's barely any recounts on any forums, and the game itself is completely lost media. So come with me and learn more than any human probably ever should about the virtual and physical world that once was the ME2. First off, a bit of background. ME2 was released in 2008, in an era where virtual worlds were thriving. Club Penguin, Movie Star Planet, Webkins, websites for kids to log into to meet their friends, customize a character, build a house, and exist in were the thing right now. And everybody wanted in. Fast food companies, movie promotions, soft drink brands, all for some reason took a stab at creating their own virtual world. As well as one more type of company. Toy companies. Hasbro had their Littlest Pet Shop online. Mattel had their BarbieGirls.com. But then in 2008, one more Canadian company wanted to try their hand. Irwin Toy used to be the oldest surviving Canadian toy company, being founded in 1926. Jesus Christ. This company saw John F. Kennedy die. They've made all kinds of things over the years. Everything from generic plushies in the 1930s to Dragon Ball Z figurines in the 90s and in the 2000s. The Deal or No Deal game, baby! Ooh, the Deal or No Deal! But more importantly, in 2008, the ME2. ME2 stands for My Electronic Double. Like you, but a second version of you. A new you. A better you. The whole idea behind ME2 was for a virtual world that also had a companion device that you could take with you to do things like play games, but also track your steps. To do anything in the ME2 universe, the virtual world that the companion device links up to, you had to spend Power Points, an in-game currency that could only be obtained via the device itself. Power Points would be rewarded when the device registered movement of any kind, so you could earn them by running, walking, biking, or just putting it on tumble dry. The ME2 retailed for $34.99, which in Canadian dollars equates out to about 100 billion. I should probably clarify, I'm exaggerating here. It wouldn't be that much, it'd be like 39 CAD. But no matter the price, I wanted this thing very, very bad. So for my 8th birthday, I unboxed this. Not this one specifically, this is one I bought off eBay, but one that looked very much like this one. This is the ME2 in the flesh, at least the bit that Irwin Toy made. The game part of ME2 was farmed out to a different company called Mean Machine, which I couldn't find anything on the entire internet about. I wanted to find some kind of example of their prior games or work, but I couldn't find any mention of a game studio by the name of Mean Machine anywhere. So maybe it was a subsidiary of Irwin Toy, I don't know. On to the actual thing. The box itself is pretty cool. We have a few bits of text strewn around telling you about the game, secure chat, no fees, the most amazing online graphics ever. Can I get that in writing? The box then opens up like a book to reveal more things on the inside, which I gotta say, I'm quite a fan of. I'm quite a fan of cool boxes. The key to my heart is a cool box. I know what you're probably thinking though, get on with it. Open the box, show us what's in the box, man. Okay. In the box itself, you will find a bit of instructions on how to use the device, how to put batteries in, how to plug it in, a belt clip in case you're short of an accessory for a party, a very short USB cable, here is a Subway sandwich for comparison, and the ME2 device itself. On the front here, we have a 2 by 1.5 inch touchscreen, not touchscreen, I'm just used to saying touchscreen. You cannot touch this. Next, we have a little ME2 logo, a little slidey bit that covers and uncovers the controls, and then the controls themselves, which is an NES style layout with a D-pad and an A and B button, which are the only buttons on the entire thing, which at first glance might not be that weird, but there's no power button, there's no volume rocker, there's nothing. I have the black and pink model here, but it came in a variety of different colors. How many colors? I don't know. On the box, it advertises 6, but on other boxes, it only shows 4. And on eBay, I found ones that aren't shown on any of the boxes. And the kids in the photos shown on the box have a completely different blue colorway that I haven't found anywhere. So the true amount of colors this thing came in, I don't know. Maybe infinite. But generally, it seems like there were 2 options, black or white, with different colored buttons and button shields. Personally, I'm pretty sure when I was a kid I had the blue one. Why didn't I buy the same color as I had when I was a kid this time around? I don't know. I think this one was cheaper, I don't remember. Anyways, on the back there's a speaker, a reset button that you can hit with a pen to reset the device, and a removable slot for 3 AAA batteries. Now be careful before you pop those AAA batteries in. Do not do it at night, or if you're like in a quiet place type situation. As soon as you pop the batteries into this thing, it immediately powers on and plays this little intro video showing you some different characters, some shirts, some environments, how to plug the thing in, all whilst this little song plays. This thing has just kind of been on my desk the past couple weeks, so when I've been talking to my friends and I get bored, I've been blaring it into my microphone, and they really like it and appreciate it. This video that it plays is one of the 3 functions that the device can do. After it plays for the first time, you'll be booted to the main menu, where you have 3 different options. The first option replays that video again, and the other 2 are the device's actual functions. The second middle option of a guy running is the Pedometer app. This is the main function of the device and the entire idea behind ME2. This app lets you know how many power points you're currently at. When the device is moved, the power points go up. Then, when you plug the device into a computer, the points transfer to your ME2 Universe account to be spent in-game. That was ME2's whole deal. That is not all it could do though, there's also the third option. The third and final option on the handheld is the game option. As well as a pedometer, the ME2 handheld was also a bit of a makeshift Game Boy. In a way. On this thing, you can have one game at once. When the game was still live, there was other games that you could swap out for when you plugged it into a computer, but those are long gone. For us, we're stuck with this Match 3 Bejeweled clone, which in itself isn't bad. It's a simple little Match 3 game, nothing really too special, it works. The only thing is, sometimes the buttons are a little bit cheap. Sometimes the D-pad gets stuck down for a second, sometimes inputs don't register. Then again, I do have a 22-year-old hand now. Maybe to my 8-year-old hands, these were easier to press. But overall, the game portion of this thing is okay. For your time spent game playing, you are also rewarded not with power points, but with a different currency, crystals. I remember power points were the main thing. That's what you used to buy most things. I forget what you did with crystals, but I'm sure it was something. Other than that, that is what you would find in the ME2 box. After all this, the only thing left to do is plug the thing into a computer and finally see the virtual world itself. The ME2 universe. Except you can't! The ME2 universe is gone. Not just gone like servers taken down. Gone as in the ME2 universe is completely lost media. And when I say completely, I mean completely. There are 2 pictures, this advertisement from a magazine, these 2 TV commercials that very briefly show the game, the images from the box itself, and this video of some guy at the 2008 New York Toy Fair where ME2 was demoed. This video is the only surviving footage of actual gameplay of the ME2 universe, and the only real proof that it even existed at all. Which is so crazy to me because I played it. It's still in my head. I can see it. I just can't get it out there for anybody else. I tried. With this very limited amount of media and resources about the game, it's very hard to get a picture for what this game really was, but there are a few things littered about. The lady in the video showing off the game does say a few things that paint a bit of a better picture of what the game was. She talks about there being multiple different islands that had puzzles that you had to solve in order to progress to the next island. So it sounds like there was some kind of narrative or story or something on top of all the social stuff like talking to people and buying clothes and pets and things like that. This video also shows this slide, which I distinctly remember because I couldn't figure out how to slide down it. So I just walked all the way down and pretended. Overall, from the sounds of it, it sounds like it was a lot more of an expansive and polished game than I remember it to be. I only played ME2 for 2 weeks, maybe. All I can really remember about it is having a really hard time understanding what to do. My most prominent memory of the game is finding one of these wooden see-do things from the box, but not being able to figure out how to get on the thing. That's what I tried to draw here. I wish I could go back and see the game today through the lens of a fully developed brain, but I can't do that. This video and these images are the only things that exist of the game now. That is, unless there's somebody out there who did have the files. Somebody who might have played the game as a kid and still had the computer they played it on. Somebody who might have taken a look through those files very recently and found something very interesting. That's right. Here upon my mom's old Toshiba laptop sits piles and piles of tax documents and this video of me singing Christmas Cash by Fred. But underneath all that, what appears to be the files for the ME2 universe. Maybe. ME2 was a Shockwave game. Shockwave is a plugin like Flash that loads in your browser. When you load up a game through those plugins, it then saves files and things to a temporary directory on your computer. These files that I found are from that temporary directory. So I have no idea if this is the full game or not. But it does seem like it. Everything seems to be here. There's a launch file, textures for different clothing options, for different terrain, models for vehicles, models for players, and even entire maps themselves. Just going through these has been fun enough on its own. Here's a map with one of the treehouse-like structures. Here's the slide I was talking about. Here's what appears to be a racetrack. Here's a giant water slide. By the way, I don't remember any of this. I don't think I got very far in this game. Here's a model for a helicopter jetpack. Here's the Sea-Doo I could never figure out how to ride. Everything seems to be here. The only thing is that it doesn't start. Being obviously an online game, when it starts up, it tries to connect out to a server that is obviously now long gone and cannot launch without it. I tried a couple things to see if I could get anything to load at all. I tried removing bits of the code that reach out to the server. I tried putting it in some kind of demo mode it has built in, and I did get it into some kind of half-loaded pause menu. I think this is, but I am no Shockwave expert by any means. All of my attempts to get the actual game itself to boot were unsuccessful. I don't know if this is everything you need to play. I don't know if this is the complete set of files or not. I don't even know if it's possible to get this game to work offline, but maybe somebody out there does. I've left a link in the description to everything I found on my mom's computer, minus the tax documents, for anybody to download and play around with. And if anybody does get the game to work in any capacity, please let me know. Leave a comment, email me, let me know. Because after 15 years, finally, hopping on this Sea-Doo is closer than it has ever been. Thank you so much for letting me talk about a 15-year-old game that hardly anybody played. Did you play it? Leave a comment if you did. I'm really curious to hear about if anybody else but me played this game, and if you did, what you thought of it, what you did. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is for you, and I will see you in the next one. What was that? Bye!